All right, it is 11 o'clock. I want to thank everybody for showing up. My name is Deb McGregor. I am the Regional Director in Great Falls, Montana for the Small Business Development Center. And this is a part of our MSU Extension partnership that we do with the Small Business Development Centers. We'll talk more about SBDC at the very end of our conversation because we want to get right to it. I am so thrilled to welcome Quincy Walter today. She is from the Wolf Point SBDC, Small Business Development Center, which is a part of the Great Northern Development Corporation. That's where they're housed. Quincy grew up on a farm and ranch before settling in eastern Montana, where she now lives with her husband, a lineman, and their 3 young children. She's a natural connector with a passion for supporting small businesses, and she found her way into her current role while exploring how to start her own venture. Today, she thrives on helping others chase their dreams and build strong communities in rural northeastern Montana. Outside of work, you'll find Quincy outdoors with her husband, kids, chickens, a dog, or in the kitchen with her sourdough. She loves lifting weights, camping, sewing, and road trips with good music, books, or podcasts, which is typically all documented with a camera nearby. She's a fan of both sunrises and afternoon naps. She values balance as much as challenge. One of her most joyous and challenging moments is when she backpacked a 550-mile trek across Spain, which she completed in 32 days. So it is my pleasure to turn it over to Quincy.
Thank you, Deb, and thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to come listen to me talk about how we can capitalize on sometimes the most stressful and the most lucrative part of a small business, that last quarter of the year. So as we get going, like Deb said, my name is Quincy Walter. I'm the Regional Director out of Great Northern. I serve the Northeastern Montana corner for the SBDC. So if you're familiar with Northeastern Montana, I cover everything from Mosby to Plentywood, Hinsdale to Sydney. So it's a very large geographical region in which a lot of my businesses are either selling online or are in small communities. So we're going to kind of focus on that small community mentality and how we can capitalize on that with either a smaller population or just a small community to focus around your small business. So like Deb said, a couple of my specialty areas are, I like to think of myself as a social media specialist, marketing. I like to think I'm a dream maker. I get to help small businesses every day, but I also like to think I'm pretty funny as well. My husband doesn't always think so, but I do. So a couple of my strengths when we get going in these things, everyone always rattle off like Rich is our state star. But I like to put in there what some of my strengths are not. Spelling and math, especially mental math. So if you see a spelling mistake in my presentation, just send me an email later to let me know. Don't point it out during the presentation because nothing kills my ego more than presenting and having somebody say you spelled that wrong. So I encourage you today to ask the questions. So we're going to go over different marketing aspects, different ideas, but also some AI implementation as well. So if you have questions, go ahead and drop them into the question box. Both Rich and Deb are monitoring that for me, and I have it up on my screen. I would love to interact that way, but we all will also be having questions at the end as well. So a little bit of the layout for the day. We're going to talk about simple ideas on how we can implement them for small businesses. So I treat my SBDC Center as a small business. I have to market myself. I have to promote myself. I have to engage with individuals and all the aspects that a small business does as well. So I use a lot of these same tactics in my Small Business Development Center that you can implement into your small business or your startup as well. So a couple things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about simple ideas for a strong holiday season. We're going to talk about smart planning tools and how to stay ahead of the curve, and how to keep it practical with quick wins, creative wins, and a few ways that AI can help you work faster, not harder. But we also want to ground this in the reality of a lot of our small businesses, or a lot of our businesses in general, are small staff. Just like I'm an office of one within a bigger ecosystem of Great Northern Development. We're always tight on time. I never know anybody that says, I have all the time in the world to learn all these new things. So we're going to work it on a tight schedule, but we're going to have local customers and we're going to get those wins because everybody likes a win at the end of the day. Nobody says, I really enjoyed winning, but not really. So our first thing, we're going to take a couple ideas and we're going to work it from start to finish, how we can implement the idea and how we can execute it better for the next year. So one of our first ideas that we can use And each of you will be getting a handout of the day. So don't worry so much about screenshotting or anything like that. You'll get all of these in an email afterwards, or they'll be tied into the presentation as well. And if for some reason you don't get it, you'll have my email, or Rich or Deb's as well. So we can get you all of the screenshots in there. But the first thing we're going to talk about is maybe not looking at competition for our small businesses, but we're going to look at collaboration instead. So we're going to look at maybe creating a holiday gift basket. We're going to partner with 3 other businesses that are in our region or in our town, and how we can promote that business together, or promote a holiday basket together. So we're going to bundle 2 or 3 items. So each of us are going to put in, our small business is going to put a $25 gift, maybe more, into a basket. And then we're going to promote that with those other businesses. So say our gift basket is focused around like a Saturday night. So maybe I have a popcorn ball business. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in maybe $25 worth of popcorn merchandise. And maybe the movie theater down the street is going to throw in a couple tickets. And then the brewery down the road is going to say, come have a beer after the movie. So we're all collaborating together to create a basket, whether that basket will be virtually or physically in your office or in your store, so people can see it and they can enter it. If your town has like a holiday weekend, then we're going to focus that basket on that weekend. And we're going to have each of these baskets at each 3 locations. You're not going to give out maybe 3 baskets, but just for that visual representation. People like to see an actual gift basket. And each business is going to promote this. So each audience is going to see it 3 different times. I'm going to post about it, the movie theater is going to post about it, and the brewery. So we're expanding our reach, and we're going to make sure that we talk as business owners. Let's tag each business, so that way it's getting cross-posted on multiple aspects. People come in, you're going to have them put down their name, their email address, and put it in for a drawing. So that we're really collecting who's coming into our store, who is that ideal client, why maybe they're coming in just for the basket. That's okay. You're collecting their information, but maybe they're going to pick up a $5 stocking stuffer as well. So you're really wanting to pull people in and cross put it out there for that. We also, maybe another idea is partnering with your local 4-H or your Boy Scouts or your Girl Scouts in your region and offering free gift wrapping. So that way you're not having to hire an additional employee just for the holiday season. You know, people come in, they buy that gift. You can say, if you'd like to wait for 5 minutes and walk around, we'll wrap this up for you. That gives you 5 more minutes for that individual to walk around the store, possibly pick up a few other things as well. So we want to keep people in our stores as long as possible so they can pick up as many things as we can. Another idea would be a thank you coupon. Thank you for purchasing, spending your hard money in our store today. Here's a coupon to come back in during January. So we know traditionally January or that first quarter for small businesses, especially brick and mortar stores, are some of our slowest months because of weather, people get their credit card statements from the month before, or they make those New Year's resolutions. So ways that we can bring those individuals back into our store during some of our slowest time of the year. So we're thinking ahead. How can we bring people back into the store, whether that's with a physical gift card? You could do like a lottery system. I've had a couple businesses up here go and get gift cards. They preload them with $5, $10, $15. Then they put a couple big ones in there, whether that's $50, $100. And they mix them all up. And when you check out, you get a gift card for $5. And you put that in there. You can, sometimes with different gift cards, you can put expiration dates. And you make sure you say, you know, these are only valid for January or February or for the first quarter. So that way they have to come back into the store or access it online to use that money during the first couple months of the year. So people are getting excited. Maybe they just buy $5 things with that hope that you're going to get a $100 gift card to the store for later on. So being able to use, you know, we want to think collaboration instead of competition. Work with other businesses that are within your community to populate and to really get excited and have those. Whether you're featuring those baskets people can enter online or through your Instagram or Facebook, being able to market maybe new inventory or repackaging some of that older inventory that you have on the shelf, being able to get it out, whether it's in a holiday basket, and thinking of different ways to return that. So once we've had our promotion, we need to get lots of eyes on it. And we're going to talk about some quick, easy marketing strategies that we can use. Let's see here. Okay, so we want to get seen without shouting. So with AI, ChatGPT, we know there's so much noise right now in our algorithm, or just so much noise in general. There's flyers everywhere, there's stories, there's reels, there's so much and so many ways that we are trying to connect with our consumers. So many emails in our inbox with holiday season here, spend now. So we want to use creative ways to get our business out there and have that reason to connect with individuals. So we can use that, whether that's 4 weeks of social media, being able to highlight your staff favorites, or maybe some of your staff's core memories of what's one of Kara, who works at the front desk, her favorite childhood memory of the holidays is X, Y, and Z. So that way we are able to give kind of that relatable story to our clients. We're being able to say, when you walk into my boutique, you're going to see Kara at the front desk and you're going to remember, oh, her favorite holiday memory was sledding down the hill and getting hot chocolate. Oh, there's a hot chocolate all right over there that she referenced in her story. So being able to tie the emotion to some of those products in your store really creates that connection. And we're always looking to connect with our customers. Nobody just sees a post and relates to it and has emotion. It's just kind of cold and sterile, especially if we have ChatGPT or AI write all those social media posts. That's great. You're being seen, maybe, but people are just going to scroll right past it. So we need to get some kind of emotional connection in there, whether that's a gift basket. You know, if hard times are hard right now, come in and enter for our gift basket to local vendors. Keep your money local. So we're always wanting to have that connection with people. Some other ideas would be, like Lorraine said, a holiday gift guide. So you could create teachers' gifts, stocking stuffers, make them pre-made, and then create those Facebook reels, create that content for you to put it out there for people. So when they walk in your store, they know exactly what they're after, those stocking stuffers, or suggesting to them, have you thought of your teachers? Did you get your teachers a gift? Stop on by the coffee shop. We have $5 gift cards wrapped up in cute little stockings ready to go. If you're not sharing what you have in your store and being able to quickly grab or to shop around, that you're missing that engagement that you could have. Consistency builds trust, but we want to have that emotional tie in there as well. We want to keep things light and fun. It tends to be kind of a stressful time of the year. Even if it's fun, it's still kind of stressful. There's that background noise of the deals. You got to get things going. So we want to be able to sell authenticity too. Maybe it's a behind the scenes of wrapping the gifts or creating those stocking stuffers. We want to show the team, your space, show how it's decorated. We don't always just want to be selling to our customers. We want to be sharing our experience and what is able to drive them to come in. Whether that's a special weekend event, Santa days, you're showcasing Santa in your store, you have a setup where kids can come in and this is your thank you gift to the community. Santa's going to be here. Come in and tell Santa what you want, get a picture with Santa, and then shop. So you're being able to give back as well. So some different ideas for you to implement as an authenticity of being grateful for those who are coming into your store and being able to shop and spend their money. Let's see here, what other things? We want to get noticed and use creativity, and we can always use AI to create those ideas, but not actually implement them. Okay, so
I'm not hearing you, Quincy.
oh, is it not playing? Darn it. Okay. Well, then we'll just skip that. So the idea was that you can use AI to create funny videos. So it goes through and it talks, they told ChatGPT to create a funny marketing video for them and make it playful. So it was about a person falling out of a plane at 200 miles an hour. And what you try to aim for water, but really where you should land is in a tamale batch, because the tamales are soft and fluffy and fun. And it was a pretty viral, I saw it on a couple people's, but it was just a funny way on how you can use marketing. It doesn't always have to be something serious and something straightforward like that. You can have fun, and those moments will keep being reshared by other people if it's something catchy. So we're going to let AI do the heavy lifting for us, but we wanted to keep our voice. So a lot of times we're going to ChatGPT and we're saying, write me 10 Facebook posts about the holiday season and the specials I have coming up. That's great, but we need to be able to put some tone and some reality into it. So your ChatGPT needs to know your business, and it needs to know who you are. So that could look like tagging your Facebook page or putting in the URL to your Instagram. So it kind of gets a feel for you. But we want to also use it possibly other than just adding more noise to the algorithm. We're going to use it to draft up. We collected all of those emails and all of that information in our gift basket. So maybe it looks like we're going to send a thank you out to all of those individuals that entered our raffle, because nothing is greater than getting the call saying you won that $25 raffle. But maybe it looks like you didn't win the $25 or the $100 basket of the partnership between the 3 businesses, but we want to give you 10% off your next order. So come on in during Christmas for that last minute entry, or the gift that you forgot for your mother-in-law or for your kids or for the teacher. Bring this 10% coupon in and spend it in our store. So that way we're still pulling people in. They may not have won the prize, but we're going to be giving them an incentive to come back into our business, whether that's in the last couple of weeks of the year, or maybe it's looking forward into January, because we know our retail business is a little bit slower. So always following up with our clients or our contacts or our customers. We always want to follow up in some form. We collected all that information, so how are we going to utilize it? Maybe it means we take a picture of the basket, announce the winner, tag them on Facebook, but then it's also tagging some of those individuals in the comments as well, being like, you didn't win, but here's 10% off. Come show us this post and you get 10% off your next purchase. So we always want a way to engage with our clients on social media, or having them to have them a hook, so that way they come back into the store to purchase things during our slower months of the year. We want to think of AI as our partner and not just using it for that cold transaction. We want to be able to use it in a proper way. We want to think of ways to implement it, whether that's a giveaway for a list for all of those individuals, a calendar for the year, or some brainstorming of posts as well. Let's see. We also want to use the holiday season and maybe some of that AI implementation, because it's a very big buzzword. Other than marketing, how else could we use that during the holiday season? Maybe it looks like a planning sheet or a checklist. We know all the things that we need to get done for the year. Maybe it's inventory. Maybe we want to see what has moved and what hasn't moved. Or staff schedules. We know everybody wants Thanksgiving off or Christmas off. Maybe Sally wants to go somewhere for the holidays. So it's asking your staff, what days do you want to work? What days are you willing to work? And which days can you not work? Taking all that information and putting it into AI, and always using those safe boundaries of not putting like personal information in there, but you can say Sally S or Pop Tim P. Being able to give it some information and give it all this information of when people want to work, when they don't want to work, and when they're flexible. It could help you to write that. And it could also help you see when you're the busiest, whether that's, that holiday weekend when the town is having the street dance. Or not a street dance, a street parade. We're dancing out in the snow this time of year. But, it looks like using it for other implementations in your business than just the social media and the marketing. Maybe it's a reminder for order and inventory. AI always wants you to use it one more time. So it's going to give you some suggestions. So we could simply put in there, help me create an inventory reminder list. Or we are having holiday wrapping gift party at our office. We're having the 4-Hers come in and wrap for us. So what are some FAQs? What is acceptable? Are you allowed to bring in all your presents that you've purchased for the year and having the 4-H wrap them? No, but it can help you create some of those FAQs, maybe your holiday updates, and create that newsletter for you that goes out and says, this is our holiday party this week in our office. or in our business, and we are implementing some fun ways for you to come in, whether it's a hot cocoa bar or a gift wrapping or our basket that we're giving away. So we're being able to use AI to use some of those FAQs, your holiday hours, or to build those checklists for your small business. Sometimes we know if it's not down on paper, like if I don't have a checklist of items that I need to get done for the year, then I know it's not going to get done. And that's something that AI can help you create. It can create those checklists during your holiday rush to make it much more organized and much more streamlined, whether that's for your staff or for yourself. And it also gives you a checklist in seconds versus you thinking over it for a couple weeks. It helps you to be able to survive this holiday rush and lets us look forward to 2026 and how we can plan as well. So now that we have made it through the holiday season, we can all take a deep breath. It's January, but maybe we need to look back at our holiday rush season and what worked for us and what can we improve for next year. So we don't need to be masters of AI or masters of checklists, but we just need it to simply spark some ideas and to stay consistent during the year and maybe during those slower months as well. Instead of spending a whole day reviewing your profits, your losses, what you sold for inventory, it can take all of that information for you and it can create those what worked well in my marketing, maybe what SEOs worked well for me versus last year, what ad campaigns worked well for me, or what verbiage worked in my email marketing that I could implement next year. So it's a way for you to capture those lessons, and that way you don't have to start from scratch next year. You can ask AI, this is what I did, help me to create a 6-month planning up to that holiday rush for 2026. I had to think about what year is coming up there. So we can use it as a holiday recap and we can set goals for 2026. I'm all about setting SMART goals. In the handout, it goes over some SMART goals for you as a small business, but maybe it is creating, that 10% revenue for 2026. Well, how do we do that? We can work backwards instead of, landing in that fourth quarter and being, my gosh, we really need to bust it this week. Maybe we're growing our business during the other 3 quarters of the year. And then it's reaching out to those customers that we have already grown throughout the year. So just some ideas on how we can implement, what we've already worked on for this busy time of the year and how we can implement it into the next year as well. We don't want to start from scratch every year. We want to build on it. And AI kind of allows you to summarize, make notes, collaborate together, and plan for next year. So that way we're not always starting with a blank slate a couple weeks before, Black Friday, or if you celebrate Pink Saturday as a small business, you're not rushing into it the week before. You're being able to lay this out, lay the foundation in advance. So just some ideas for takeaways here. Visibility and connection is what we want to strive for our 2025 holiday rush here. We want to be able to have a holiday and it's successful. We want to be visible within that social media realm or in your inboxes, and we want to create that connection. We want to create personality or personal interactions with individuals, whether they're coming into the store, collaborating with other small businesses, and we want to partner with AI. We don't want it to replace us. It's not going to replace us, but we don't want to replace the human, and it can't translate what the feelings that you have for your small business or what, why you purchase this for your business to sell. So we want to keep you in the loop, and we want to think of it as an idea partner and a collaborator in your small business. And we also want to create some small steps now to make our fourth quarter next year even smoother and make 2026 even more profitable for us. So that might look like a 30-day checklist in order to finish out 2025. What is the 30-day checklist that I need to implement so I'm able to have a successful January as well? If you take one thing away from this 30-minute presentation is you already have what you need. We just need to implement it a little bit stronger to create those connections with those in our community and that we already have, whether it's through marketing or your email list or within your communities. And I really want to encourage you to try to connect with your employees and connect with those customers that are coming into your business and show collaboration, whether it's within your community, within your region, and even within your state. So I know I ended a little bit fast there, but this way we can have some questions if anybody wants to kind of spitball some ideas for your own holiday collaboration. I always like to leave with a quote. Success is never an accident. It typically starts with imagination. It becomes a dream, stimulates a goal, grows into a plan of action, which it inevitably meets with opportunity. So we came up with some imagination today. We got a good couple goals for our 2025 fourth quarter, and we have a plan, and hopefully we can implement some of that to create some opportunity, not only for our holiday rush right now, but also into 2026 for your small business.
Awesome, Quincy. We will get some questions. I just want to say, first of all, thank you. And also, I love that you pointed to, it's not just about making a sale during the holiday. It's about building your e-newsletter list. It's about building cell phones. It's about different ways that you can continue to enhance and engage customers down the road, not just during this time period. And I think that is often sometimes that gets missed because people are so worried about just making a sale right now. And love the way you pointed to that. And also, as people are getting their questions ready, reminding you that you don't have to do it alone. You have Small Business Development Center advisors across the state. Our services are provided at no cost to you. And I just want to let you know that whether you're working on strategy, whether you're working on your marketing plan, your business plan, your financials, your profit loss, that's what we do. So I did, oh, thanks. You put the map up too. And I did in the chat also put the link to sign up for services. And what we do is provided at no cost to you when we are doing the one-on-one consulting. So I just wanted to put a plug in for that. Okay, does anyone have a question? You can go ahead and unmute and ask your question. That'd be fantastic.
I've got a question, Quincy.
Yes, Rich.
Just real quick, as fast as you can, could you tell me what 25% of 137 is?
Oh, God. Go away. Go away.
And now, could you please spell opportunity?
I'm sure it's spelled wrong somewhere.
Anyway, I'm right there with you with the quick mental math and spelling, so fellow traveler. But I do have a serious question. Do you know, and maybe there's no right answer to this, what the best frequency of posting on social media is for a business? How often should businesses be posting? Is there such thing as posting too much? I know there's probably obviously posting too little, but wondering if there's a sweet spot or if you've known or if there's any research out there with that.
It really honestly depends on who you are talking to. So if like an economic development agency, we're not really in the market to have people like commenting and like, oh, I want to buy that. We are in the market of informing. So a lot of our posts don't get engaged, but when there is engagement, I do track it. So we use a program called Buffer. It analyzes all of our metrics, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. It manages it all for me in one place, but then it analyzes it for me. So I just have to post in there. It cross posts it everywhere. It's very user friendly, and a lot of my small businesses use it because, to be honest, if you're posting on X, then you're posting on not Twitter, the Threads or whatever all those platforms are. It depends on who you're marketing to. So, you know, younger generations tend to interact on like Snapchat or those platforms. So there's no good answer, but it's going back and analyzing your own data and seeing. And it also seasonal for us. I know when I look at ours, we get a lot more engagement during the winter months, and especially when it's called Buffer. Buffer. It's a great app. It's what I use for everything. But and there is an app for it too. So you can take a picture and it just multiplies it across everywhere, and you can comment and engage. So it's all in one spot. I always tell my clients, if you're going to get a platform, you better be using it, because nothing is worse than getting on there, posting once or twice, and then I go to look up something and I see your Instagram page. I get on it and it's ghosty. I'm not going to want to interact with you because it's not giving that credibility. So if you're going to do something, engage and be using it actively. But like, we see a lot more of our activity comes in January, and for some reason it's on Tuesdays. So like winter months, when people want to do trainings and come, that's when we see a lot more activity. So basically it's just analyzing your own data. Sorry.
Sure. Oh, thanks.
Quincy,
All
I
right. Well, we are. Oops, I'm sorry. Go ahead. One more thing, and then we're gonna close out our time together.
Okay, I was just going to say, Quincy, I really liked how you use the gift basket and how, like, putting it in somebody's place so people can actually see it, and then the thank you for it and all that. That was really beneficial information. So thanks.
Yeah,
Good
and
ideas.
there's a lot of research done. Like if you have a picture of a basket on a piece of paper, that's not gonna people want to see a three-dimensional thing. So that's why you can only give one basket away, but have 3 representations of it at each place of business. Then people are more likely to see it. So there's a lot of research done on tangible things versus just a visual thing. So that's why if somebody comes into your store, they're more likely to pick up the stocking stuffer than to see it on Instagram and purchase it. So.
Yep.
But
Awesome.
there's my contact information. If you want to talk marketing, you want to talk AI, shoot me an email. I love to talk about it. Or if you live in northeastern Montana, hit me up. I know there's quite a few of my clients on here, so I love to chit chat about things. So.
Awesome. Quincy, thank you so much. Thanks for providing that contact information. And just a reminder that we do have consultants across the state. So if your area is in a different place, that's okay. We will have somebody that can work with you. The link is in the comments. You will receive copies of the information as well as a recording if you want to watch this later. Rich actually will be taking care of that. And that's what State Stars do, is they make sure that you have all the follow-up information. And also, we just want to put a plug in. So we do this the first Thursday of every month at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. Next month, we have a business entrepreneur that's going to be featured that started as a local business and has now expanded to not only the United States, but even outside of the United States. It's going to be a phenomenal opportunity to speak with an entrepreneur and learn about their journey. So we would invite you to register for that as well. Thank you so much to everyone for coming. Thanks, Joel, for making sure all the tech was working, and MSU Extension. And thanks to everyone for showing up. Have a great rest of the day. And thanks, Quincy.
Bye, everybody.